Okay. Can you hear me? Are we live? Okay. Alright, perfect. Alright, everything's all good. Perfect. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to Maroon Monday's Live Extra. I'm Andrew Pollard, your host, and today we're going to talk about, well, the first of two videos. The first of two videos about, sorry for the pause there, but the first of two videos tonight about some random things I'm doing. Tonight we're talking the first about some cartoons I'm excited about seeing to be airing later this year, and a couple series that have just premiered this week or last week. But let's get started on the one everybody's looking for. Okay, let's get started with the first one that we're talking about this week. And before I get started, since about a couple weeks ago, this is the first time I'm recording videos live on YouTube again, because a couple weeks ago I did episode 8 of Maroon Mondays Live, and unfortunately, because of something I did, I can admit that I did this, that the YouTube executives, or the YouTube bots, that's more fitting, that was a little inappropriate and a little shady. They decided to give me a strike against community guidelines. Well, the shady thing they assume I did was against community guidelines, and gave me a strike, therefore cutting off my privilege of doing live videos. So, for now, it seemed that I couldn't do any live videos for now. But then, after giving them an appeal, after sending an appeal, I fortunately, and much quicker than I thought, admittedly, got that privilege to do live videos again, and so here I am doing live videos. Fortunately, I do have this nice little software that could do that. Unfortunately, it's not working as well as we all thought with this. But I'm going to keep trying to do whatever I can to give you great content, well, at least content you guys will find great. So, let's get started with this one. Okay, enough rambling, let's get on with the video. Let's talk about some cartoons I'm excited to check out later this year. Let's get started with a reboot of one of the classic cartoons everybody's loved since it's pretty much premiered almost 30 years ago this September, or basically everybody remembers from the ultimate earworm that is its theme song. The reboot of Ducktales. Now, ever since it was announced that Disney was going to plan a reboot of Ducktales, I was honestly excited. I can remember watching the series back when I was a kid, and the theme song we all know and love, and sometimes despise because of its earworm status, has definitely made it an icon amongst television animation. And now we'll return for a brand new series with the same characters we love: Scrooge McDuck, Huey, Dewey, Louie, Donald Duck, and a couple other new characters we'll see throughout this series. Ever since then, we've had news of fantastic cast announcements, a brand new change up to the theme song. We've even heard the old version of the theme song. I've talked about it before in an earlier episode of Maroon Mondays Live. I didn't say how long. But this is definitely a series I'm definitely excited to watch. And ever since news has popped up of more information of the series, it has been my honor to say that I got more and more excited, more and more interested, and to say that is pretty much understanding for everyone. But let's talk a bit about this new reboot, as its date has been announced. In fact, that's mostly what I need to talk to you about here. According to this article from Collider, some exciting news out of Duckburg. Disney XD's Ducktales Reboot not only has a confirmed release date, but there's also a brand new theme song and intro to go along with the new revamped series. Written by Mark C. Muller, The theme song is provided by singer-songwriter Felicia Barton and is produced by Emmy Award-winning Michael Smitty Smith and composer Dominic Lewis. It has already been released, and you can check out the video, which I'll play in a moment, although you won't be able to see it, below. Also announced today, Ducktales will premiere in a 1-hour television movie titled Woo! Of course, to be presented 24 hours on Saturday, August 12th, beginning at midnight. Then the series will debut with 2 new episodes on Saturday, September 23rd, starting at 7 a.m. Eastern, and playing throughout the day. Each will also be available on the Disney XD app and Disney XD Video On Demand on those same dates. The September series premiere coincides with the 30th anniversary of the original Emmy Award-winning series. Now, I can't tell you I'm excited because I'm sure you guys know that I am. But this definitely piques my excitement much, much more. So, without any further interruption, let's take a listen at this brand new version of the classic DuckTales theme song.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, airplanes. It's a Duckburg. Might solve the mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales. Every day they're out there making DuckTales. Tales of daring, do bad and good luck tales. Danger lurks behind you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just grab onto some DuckTales. Every day they're out there making DuckTales. Tales of daring, bad and good, now falling. Tales of cotton tails, now DuckTales.
Doesn't that bring you enjoyment, excitement, wonder, and a tear down your eye? Whether you loved it or it's annoying you with how catchy it is. But honestly, this just makes me smile wide. And everything about this is just perfect. The vocals of Felicia Barton, this beautiful arrangement, how peppy and cheerful it is. I mean, the original is definitely the same, but this one just takes it up a notch. I can't tell you how excited I am for this new series, especially after hearing this beautiful theme song. That is until we notice that there's a first look clip of the series that I'll check out for you. Let's take a listen to this, which takes place on Donald's birthday. So let's take a listen.
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, dear Donald! Happy birthday to you!
Now you may be wondering, what is Donald doing? Now, since this does take place on Donald's birthday, he's blowing out a birthday candle. But as you soon continue to listen on, you'll see why he keeps blowing and blowing and blowing, if you haven't seen it before. It's definitely hilarious as it continues on.
Guaranteed to never go out by any means necessary. You expect me to buy a new candle for every birthday? Do you have any idea what that would cost at my age?
So, here's what happened. Donald's birthday, everybody gave him a cake, you know, sing the song. Donald tries to blow out the candle, but of course, as Scrooge just said, it's a candle that never goes out. and because of his stingy cheapness, he's not expected to buy anymore. But who knows how much candles cost, like what, $1? I'm sure it won't put a dent in his tiny, large, bank account. But who knows. So Donald tries putting it out by turning it upside down and slamming it into the cake. It only worked for a little while until it exploded and ruined his presents. The usual craziness in Donald's life. Now, this scene is absolutely hilarious for the expected reasons. Donald's always good anger, the humor that comes from it. Scrooge is, Scrooge. And while we didn't hear much from all of the young characters, well, one of the cute little duck triplets did say something. So that's good enough to know what this is like. This is a testament to what DuckTales is. The funny humor of all the characters, and the, everything that we love about all these characters is all in this great scene. That we'll see for more great scenes in this new series. DuckTales, once again, premieres August 12th, literally all day, with a 1-hour television movie on Disney XD. And this is fascinating to me, how much willing they're giving a big push to this series. Not only is it an anticipated series because of the fact that it is the reboot of a classic, iconic animated series, but also because of the fact that they're willing to push it so far up yourself that you have no choice but to watch it and not forget about it. And with this 24-hour marathon of this one television movie, they're really willing to give it so much of a push that they'll disrupt their other shows for it. I'm pretty sure all the creators and crew of their other series won't mind it at all. I mean, they did have some fun by jumping into a pit of, fake coins of money that Scrooge has been known to swim into at the Radio Disney Music Awards back in April. I've seen pictures of it. It's cute. But I'm absolutely willing to say, I think this push is pretty much brilliant, showing that they're really going behind this new reboot. And because of the fact that this series proper will debut just in time for the 30th anniversary of the original series, I'm definitely more excited than ever. And of course, they're going to push it so far and hard too. So let's see how this turns out. I can't wait. I'm excited. See you on August 12th and then September 23rd on Disney XD. Okay, this next series is something you've already heard of, or at least the part of the franchise you've heard of. But this series is a newer one that just premiered in the US just about a couple weeks ago, and I definitely suggest you check it out. It's called Lupin the Third, Part 4. Now this has a very interesting history. This series takes place in, well, not somewhere in the, but it takes place in Italy. Why, you ask? Because this series in particular is a thank you from everyone in the to this country of Italy because of how beloved the country of Italy has found and making it one of its most popular countries to watch in the world. Because of this and how good it's treated, the country of Italy has treated this franchise, they've given it its own series, well, based in it. And because of the fact that it was produced in Italy as well, it explains a lot. And I find this a sweet sentiment because I can understand why. Italy once loved this series so very much, and for them to say thank you by giving it a series based in that country, it's very humbling, really. So, let's take a listen on what this series is all about. Here is a 1-minute look into this series. And I'll get to my commentary about why I love this franchise in a minute. Literally, a minute.
Let's go meet this treasure that's soon to be ours.
say that I didn't warn you.
Jeez, guys, can't get anything past you.
He'll steal your heart, and then he's coming for everything else. Lupin the Third, premiering June 17th at 2.
Take it off.
That'll be my pleasure.
Only tonight on Adult Swim.
Okay, now let me talk a bit about the franchise for a moment and my love of it. Now, Lupin the Third is a series of anime that's based on the manga released in the mid-60s. Now, the franchise in television has been around since 1971, and because of this series, has pretty much never been stopping since. There have been 3 series before this one, and you can tell the difference from all of them by looking at the certain the certain jacket that our title character is wearing. Now, he and his friends, the one shooting is Daisuke Jigen, the one driving is Fujiko Mine, and as you can see, the one in the police car trying to arrest him is Zenigata, a police officer who's made it his life's work to arrest Lupin and his friends because of their continued life of thievery and the excitement that comes with it. Now, this series is everything you can ask for in an anime. It has fun, it has action, it has excitement, it has comedy that you'll love, some pretty painful dramatic moments that'll make you cry, and it's definitely has that anime charm, flair, and quirkiness that everybody's loved, and it's all in it. Now, missing in the picture is Gorman, who is a very master swordsman and has a beautiful sword that's much more stronger and sharper than steel that can cut anything, probably even a diamond. But these characters are definitely one of the main reasons why this show has been so fun and exciting to watch. Now, I myself am such a fan, and I began watching these series since, I want to say 2013 or so. It was a few years ago when I began watching them while preparing for a family vacation in Atlantic City. When I began watching them, I was definitely floored by how exciting, how action-packed, how funny, and how quirky, and how deliciously awesome these series were. Their crazy crimes, the dialogue between these characters, Lupin's crazy relationship with Zenigata, the fact that Zenigata has tried so hard to arrest Lupin and fails every single time in their madcap adventures just makes it all so thrilling and entertaining to watch. Now, I've been watching Part 1 and Part 2 the most, and the reason why I'm saying Part 1 and Part 2 is because although they're both different, they're pretty much the same show with the same character doing the same thing ever since. But you can tell these series are different by what type of colored jacket he's wearing. In the first series, he's wearing a green jacket. In the second, he's wearing a red jacket. In the third series, which I haven't watched yet, but I'll try and get to sometime soon, he wears a pink jacket. Yeah, it's tacky as it sounds, but hey, it was the 80s, what can you expect? And in this series, he wears a blue jacket. But no matter what color jacket he's wearing, he always looks snazzy in his outfit, really. And sometimes it's not the jacket he's wearing that makes him iconic, although it is a pretty good damn reason. It's his adventures, it's his demeanor, it's his personality. He's definitely a very popular guy because of what he does and what he is. It makes me love this guy. Now, like the announcer said in the promo I played you earlier, this series is finally airing in the US for the first time in over a decade on Adult Swim on Toonami. Now, the last time that this series aired in the US was also on Adult Swim back in 2003. only, I think it was the Red Jacket series Part 2 that aired, and only 26 episodes have aired. But the fact that this series is back on the air in the US makes me so excited and so happy, because I've loved this series ever since the year I first watched it, and now to watch it on TV makes me a very happy man. And I think you guys would love this series too. I definitely recommend this series and all the franchise. Please watch this series. You'll definitely love it. Lupin the Third Part 4 airs Saturday nights at 2 a.m. on Toonami on Adult Swim. And if you want to watch the other series, it's on it's on Hulu. If you want to watch the dub of the second series, and the first series doesn't have a dub, but is subtitled, so you can watch that in subtitles. It's on Hulu, but unfortunately you're gonna need an account. There's another place to try to find them, but I'll send you a link in the description below. This guy is definitely a crazy guy to watch, but definitely entertaining to watch too. That's our Lupin the Third. Now to another new series that hasn't premiered yet, but I definitely am excited to watch. This is Welcome to the Wayne. Now this series originally debuted as a short-form web series on Nickelodeon's website, but because of its popularity and its high viewing, Nickelodeon has picked it up for a full-blown television series that will begin airing on July 24th. Now this series features 3 kids who live in this very eccentric apartment building called the Wayne. While meeting these 2 characters as the new resident, Aunt Melina begins to discover some very strange happenings going on in the Wayne. He later meets Ollie Timbers, a longtime resident of the Wayne who has known about these strange happenings, and asks Ollie to help him out in solving them, along with his sister, Caroline. Excuse me for my coughing and stuff. Together, these 3 new friends team up to solve these goings-on in the Wayne, as they begin to solve these, what they like to call WP, also known as Wayne Phenomena, in an attempt to solve the bigger picture of what's going on in the Wayne, by meeting these new characters, doing new adventures, and solving new mysteries to make Wayne a better, slightly funner, and less mysterious place to live and to understand. Now you may be wondering why this sounds so familiar to you. I'll get to that in a moment. But first, let's take a listen at a promo for this new series. Okay, let me load it up first. Okay.
This is the Wayne, not your typical apartment building.
The Wayne's always been crazy, but never like this.
Okay, let me start over because I want you guys to hear it like uninterrupted, no pauses, no hiccups, nothing. Although there may be a couple that'll still pop up from time to time. Okay.
This is the Wayne, not your typical apartment building.
The Wayne's always
Oh, for Christ's sake.
crazy, but never like this.
Nancy Melina just moved in.
Man, I love secret mysteries. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. You are home, silly.
Ollie Timbers has always lived here.
Just go with the flow. That's my life philosophy.
That was strangely moving, Ollie. Is your blood sugar low?
Along with his sister, Caroline.
What are we gonna do?
Protect the Wayne and everyone in it.
That's what Team Timbers is all about. That and breaking and entering.
Now, this team of best friends has to uncover all the Wayne's secrets.
What is this place?
That's what we have to find out.
Oh yeah, we're nodding.
But who's on their side? Who isn't?
The spy from apartment 8 high.
Get them.
And also pick up some milk.
2%.
Almond.
And can they figure it all out before dinner?
Look, it's Asparagancy and Meat Bolly, and they're under attack!
This July,
We're Team Timbers. We protect people.
In what?
enter a place where everything is more than it seems.
Okay, that just happened.
Welcome to the mystery,
Where are we?
No idea.
to the adventure,
Okay, gotta go. What's the matter? It's not like we're gonna crash into the side of the wing.
It's exactly like that!
You're right. Group scream, anyone?
welcome to the Wayne, a brand new show.
Let me turn that down. This is why I need to get higher speed internet. Okay, might as well stop it right there because there's only like 1 cent left and it doesn't really matter. Okay, now, I'm sure you guys have figured out by now, this series is pretty much very similar to Gravity Falls. Except, this series does not have the supernatural elements that made Gravity Falls unique and legendary. This series does have the mystery aspects, but it's much more lighter and a little around the same page as being just as quirky as the other show. And it's much more brighter and colorful too. You can definitely see that in the Timber siblings' hair. But this series definitely has some similarities. Like mentioning that this series definitely has the mystery aspect just like Gravity Falls. It definitely does take place in a weird, quirky, odd goings-on place, like the titular town in Oregon, and characters seem to be pretty similar. Like, for instance, Ollie Timbers is definitely like Maple Pines, except not as hyperactive, not as goofbally, and is not wearing a nice goofy knit sweater, although the jacket he's wearing could be similar.